Chapter 9 of the Beacon Second Reader by James Hiram Fassett. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. The Four Friends. Once upon a time a man had a donkey. His donkey had worked for him many years. At last the donkey grew so old that he was no longer of any use for work, and his master wished to get rid of him. The donkey, fearing he might be killed, ran away. He took the road to Bremen, where he had often heard the street band playing. He liked music, so he thought he might join the band. He had not gone far when he came upon an old dog. The dog was panting, as if he had been running a long way. "Why are you panting, my friend?" asked the donkey. "Ah," said the dog, "I am too old for the hunt. My master wished to have me killed, so I ran away. But how am I to find bread and meat? I do not know." "Well," said the donkey, "come with me. I am going to play in the band at Bremen. I think you and I can easily earn a living by music. I can play the lute, and you can play the kettle drum." The dog was quite willing, and so they walked on. They had not gone far when they saw a cat sitting in a yard. He looked as sad as 3 days of rainy weather. "What's the matter with you, old Tom?" asked the donkey. "You would be sad too," said the cat, "if you were in my place. For now that I am getting old, and cannot catch mice, they wish to drown me. I have run away, but how I am going to live I do not know." "Come with us to Bremen," said the donkey. "We are going to play in the band. I know you love music, as you sing so well at night. You too can join the band." "That is just what I should like to do," said the cat. So the donkey, the dog, and the cat all walked on together. After a time the three came to a farmyard. There on the gate sat a cock, crying "Cock-a-doodle-doo" with all his might. "Why are you making so much noise?" asked the donkey. "Ah," said the cock, "I find I must have my head cut off so that I may serve as a dinner for Monday. I'm crowing as hard as I can while my head is still on." "Come with us, old red comb," said the donkey. "We are going to Bremen to join the band. You have a fine voice. You can join too." "Ah," said the cock, "that is just what I should like to do." And they all went on their way to Bremen. At evening the four friends came to a wood, where they stopped for the night. The donkey and the dog lay down under a large tree. The cat climbed up on one of the branches. The cock flew to the very top of the tree, where he felt quite safe. From his perch on the top of the tree the cock saw a light. Calling to his friends, he said, "We are not far from a house. I can see a light." "Let us go on," said the donkey, "for it may be just the house for us." As they drew near, the light grew larger and brighter. At last they could see that it came from the window of a robber's house. The donkey, who was the tallest, went up and looked in. "What do you see, old Long-Ears?" asked the cock. "What do I see?" answered the donkey. "Why, a table spread with plenty to eat and drink, and the robbers having their supper." "We should be there too, if we had our rights," said the cock. "Ah, yes," said the donkey, "if we could only get inside." Then the four friends talked over what they had better do in order to drive the robbers out of the house. At last they hit upon a plan. The donkey stood upon his hind legs and placed his front feet on the window-sill. The dog then stood on the donkey's back. The cat climbed upon the dog, while the cock perched upon the cat's head. The donkey gave a signal, and they began all at the same time to make their loudest music. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat mewed, and the cock crowed, all with such force that the window-pane shook and was almost broken. The robbers had never heard such a noise. They thought it must come from witches or giants or goblins, and they all ran as fast as they could to the wood behind the house. Then our four friends rushed in and ate what the robbers had left upon the table. It did not take long, for they acted as if they had been hungry for a month. When the four had eaten, they put out the light, and each went to sleep in the spot which he liked the best. The donkey lay down in the yard, the dog lay behind the door, the cat curled himself in front of the fire, while the cock flew up on a high beam. They soon fell fast asleep. When all was still and the light was out, the robber chief sent one of his bravest men back to the house. The man found the house quiet, so he went into the kitchen to strike a light. Seeing the great fiery eyes of the cat, he thought they were live coals, and held a match to them. Puss was so angry that he flew up and scratched the man's face. This gave the robber a great fright, and he ran for the door. As he went by, the dog sprang up and bit him on the leg. In the yard the robber ran into the donkey, who gave him a great kick. The cock on the beam was waked by the noise, and cried, "Cock-a-doodle-doo!" The man ran as fast as his legs could carry him back to the robber chief. "Ah!" he cried, "in that house was a wicked witch, who flew at me and scratched my face with her long nails. By the door stood a man with a knife, who cut me in the leg. Out in the yard lay a great black giant, who struck me a blow with his wooden club. Upon the roof sat the judge, who cried, 'What did he do? What did he do?' When I heard this I ran off as fast as I could." The robbers never went near the house again. The four friends liked the place so well that they would not leave it, and so far as I know they are there to this day. End of chapter 9. Recording by Evan Smith.